supervisors that they can either read now or later so that they understand what we're asking. And we would like the Board of Supervisors to take a look at the safety of the wireless smart meters that are being put in all over the county. And I've included Agenda 41 from the Board of Supervisors County of Santa Cruz, who goes through item by item, and they've had their county council be helpful to our board. And also a statement by the American Academy of Environmental Medicine, which just came out on the 24th. And just as a starter to give you an idea of what the issues are, but there are numerous issues from whether there was sufficient safety testing of these meters in the field prior to putting them in, to people, large numbers of people getting ill from the radiation emitted from the meters. One nonprofit organization in Northern California, which has been collecting complaints from throughout the state, including San Diego, has received over 4,500 complaints. And it's been pretty quiet, and I'm not sure what our board's position is. I'm not sure what your beliefs are, but I would just ask that you keep an open mind and take a look at it, because we really look to you to protect us. And just like you did with the ordinance for cell tower siting, which is probably one of the best ones in the state. And I know you went and defended that through an appeal, et cetera, and really appreciate that kind of proactive behavior from our elected officials. So we'd just like you to do an investigation and take a look at the documents.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Referred to our Chief Administrative Officer.
Hello, my name is Susan Brinkman. I'm a resident of La Mesa. I'm also the director of a California nonprofit called the Center for Electrosmog Prevention. And we have a website at electrosmogprevention.org. And I'm here to talk about these smart meters. I'm one of the people who are sick from smart meters, and that prompted me to start the nonprofit to bring attention to it. I haven't been able to sleep in my bedroom for a whole year. I can't even go in my bedroom. This is outrageous. I can't use that end of the house where the smart meter is. The smart meter was placed 1 foot or less from the head of the bed right next to my pillow, and I slept next to it for 6 months and became increasingly sicker. And I found out about this from my doctor. And I'm really, no one would expect, and I did not expect, that a device that was dangerous, that expert scientists and many doctors agree is dangerous, could be placed with the approval of the state and the utility company on our homes and our businesses. And it just, I don't know why it didn't occur to me, but it didn't. And so, you know, we really need to do something about it. This is not within your jurisdiction, technically, but there are 49 municipalities in California that are sending a clear message to the CPUC by either writing a strong letter, making an ordinance, filing an ordinance locally to ban or even criminalize the installation of smart meters. That's how strongly some communities feel. 10 counties feel that way, and I have a letter that I'll leave with you that lists those counties. Among them, San Francisco, Santa Barbara County, Santa Cruz County, and so on. So I'm going to ask you, I have specific actions that I would like you to take, and they're listed in this letter. And I hope that you will take not only look at it, but strong action.
Next speaker, please.
I'm a resident of La Jolla. I have a 17-year-old daughter, and since the smart meters were installed, I have 4 of them within 20 feet of my bed. And her bedroom is in front of what is the collector grid unit for our neighborhood. And unfortunately, we are electromagnetically sensitive. I have a cell phone. I choose to turn it off at night. I can't turn off my smart meters. The smart meters are transmitting and receiving every 3 or 6 seconds, 24/7. Although it's a minute current, We all know that radio frequencies and microwave frequencies are cumulative. I'm not a scientist, I'm a parent. I have a response from it. I can't sleep. My daughters have difficulty studying and concentrating. She can't sleep. Something has to be done where we can choose our exposure levels. Many countries in Europe have already decided to remove Wi-Fi's from the school system whatsoever. There are no Wi-Fi's in many countries. In the Scandinavian countries, having electromagnetic sensitivity qualifies as a legitimate disability, and 1/4, a full 25% of the population suffers from it. Maybe there is a genetic predisposition to people who have a Scandinavian background, as I do, or perhaps at least the geographic proximity to the North Pole. But I know this is a fact and an issue that we as Americans have to decide our exposure levels, and that for ourselves and our children. And PG&E in Northern California has offered an opt-out. Just recently, the California Public Utilities Commission has encouraged San Diego Gas and Electric to do the same. But the thing is now, they want to charge us and then charge us monthly. We're already going to pay for it. We're going to pay to be exposed to something that has been proven to be a hazard and toxic to our health. I'm just hoping that there can be some other options where we can choose. The smart meter grid is not a necessity for any electric company. There is the fiber optic system, and the telephone landlines are another option. But to expose us all unknowingly, unwillingly to microwave frequencies around the clock is simply not acceptable. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
My name is Lori Livingston, resident of Coronado, and I have gotten extremely ill from the smart meters this year, January 5th. I refused them on my home, which they've been very nice not to put one, but 2 feet from my head is my neighbor's, and 5 feet back is 5 feet from my kitchen. The symptoms are extremely nebulous. I would challenge all of you to go home and see where your smart meter is. And if you have children or grandchildren and it's next to their head in the bed, that's the worst place. So unfortunately, this was just put upon us without any kind of research stating this is bad. Have they done any testing on rats before they use us as guinea pigs? The symptoms are insomnia. So if you cannot sleep at night, or you're wondering why you're staying up very late, or you have ringing in your ears, very nebulous, just like Fukushima. You can't see it, you can't smell it, you cannot taste it, but it is doing damage to you, okay? I get shooting pains in my head, or you might get like a hot poker burning you. And some people are predisposed because they have an illness, or you have older parents, or yourself. You'll think, oh, it's just nothing, or aches and pains. But long term, I fear for my daughter's health and my own and my pets. So I would really caution each one of you to look at that. There's no research that they've done that is adequate to even state that this is healthy for everybody. Okay, if they did, they would be very happy to even accommodate people that do have sensitivities, and there has to be a zone of protection. There cannot just be, oh, it's taken off on my house and 2 feet away, it's on my neighbor's house. This is a frequency, radio frequency, and just because you cannot see it, taste it, or smell it, it is doing damage, and we as a society will pay for it, and your children and your grandchildren. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, that concludes testimony under public communication this morning.
Okay. We'll next go to the formation of the consent calendar, and if you can share with us any of the items that have been pulled.
Thank you, Chairman Roberts.